Okay. Before we visit the Fortress of Regrets, I have a few things I'd like to take care of first. Let's see. First, we shall visit Ragpicker Square. As you enter, Mabeth looks up, her face ashen. She looks ill. As you watch, creases spread across her folds of her face like cracks, and her gray eyes flicker as if having trouble focusing on you. Mabeth, are you all right? Aye, she smiles weakly, and her voice is scratchy as if trying to force its way past layers of dust. When she speaks, it's like an echo. I have a little longer. Mabeth, did you know you were Ravel? She takes a deep breath. Her words come slowly, her voice rattling in her throat. Mayhap. Mabeth has forgotten herself many times over. I have dreamed that I was someone else. Each word is heavier than the last, as if centuries of weight are pressing down on them. Her body seems to shift slightly, as if wanting to relax, let go. How could you not know who you are? How is it you don't know yourself? Mabeth licks her lips. Many things, even bits of self, they fall through memory's cracks. Shadows of things forgotten. These memories, things pieces, may be bad, may be good. But why, Mabeth? Why the disguise when you could have been Ravel again? Here in this place, all I did was the medding of things and bodies, sent bones as liver and babies, and all these things I was content, she sighs. As for being that other, that Ravel, she licks her lips again. I think you take for granted what a comfort it would be, oftentimes to replace a memory or two. I wasn't sure if you would be here, Mabeth, after what happened. Mabeth nods, every movement is pain. Aye, my precious one, she winces as she takes a breath. Seeing you here is like an echo. Little time remains. The threads, these revels, they are unraveling as we speak. Are you in pain? She nods. Yes, yet it is the irony which hurts the most. She gives a sickly smile. An act of kindness, thrice repaid, it is the way of the plains that few acts of kindness should be in the death of me. She laughs softly. Yet I have no regrets. I have questions, Macbeth. I need to know who did this to you. Can you... She holds up her hand to silence you. Precious man, I would have you hear me this last time. Very well. Precious man, she sighs. Alls I wanted to do was set the lady free of her cage. For ye, alls I wished for ye was to live, and for my daughter, and I. She sighs. There's a saying in the plains that a hag kindness is crueler than her hate, and poisons all she touches. I'm sorry things turned out as they did. If I could save you, I... She smiles slightly. I do not regret what has happened, my precious. Her smile fades. Nor should ye. Her eyes film over, and her gaze loses focus. I can stay here no longer. Farewell. Okay.
This is one of Fell's studios, is it not? I have long wanted to meet him.
I have 16,000. Let's see. How many tattoos can I have? 1, 3. Oh.
I'm gone.
You see a pale-faced dustman standing guard over the front gate. He's staring up across the city rooftops with a distant expression. I'd like to enter the mortuary. What's your purpose with the mortuary? I'm here to pay respects to Dinar, the woman in the Northeast Memorial Hall. He nods. Very well. Follow me. There is something about the arch in front of you, something hauntingly familiar. A bone-numbing chill blankets the air between these two black pillars, as if the arch itself bordered on some other colder space. For some reason, you know this is the portal to the Fortress of Regrets. Now all you need to do is open it. Safe for good measure. And,
All right.
here we go. You clench your teeth and dig your fingernails into your left forearm. With a dry, tearing sound, you peel off a strip of skin. The chill between the pillars becomes stronger, almost hungering, as if the portal is opened a crack. Hold on. Alright. I'm ready. You stand before the arch again. A bone-numbing chill blankets the air between these two black pillars, as if the arch itself bordered on some other colder space. This is the portal to the Fortress of Regrets. All you need to do is inscribe a regret on the scrap of skin you ripped from your arm. Prick your left index finger and inscribe a regret on the scrap of flesh with your blood. You pick up the tip of your index finger before the wound can heal. You squeeze forth several drops of blood. As you prepare to scrawl your regret, a series of images float across your mind. I regret my past. You whisper the words to yourself, but the regret echoes through your mind. I regret... the damage my previous incarnations have done to themselves and to others. You scrawl the regret onto the scrap of flesh, but your rapid healing forces you to stop often to reopen the cut on your finger and squeeze forth more blood. Several moments later, you have finished, your blood glistening on the scrap of skin, a combination of your flesh, your blood, and your regret. Watch the blood dry. As you watch the bloody regret dry, a wave of cold washes over you. You look up. The black pillars to either side of the arch are glowing softly, motes of misty blue light drifting from their sides to form a shimmering curtain between them. Beyond the curtain, you can barely make out a weathered stone causeway leading into darkness. Everybody ready? Query received. Response. Nordum is readied and waiting. Awaiting to process further directives. Actually, it's process. Never mind. Fall from grace? I've come this far, and it would be rude of me to retire before the final hour, she smiled slightly. Even if you were to ask politely, I would not permit it. It seems I have no choice then, Anna. Aye, she glares at Fall from Grace, then turns to you, fires in her eyes. If she goes, I'll go, so I will. I'll not turn stag on you here, I won't. Very well, Dakan, you with me? Your path is mine. Mort, you ready? Mort hesitates, glances at the portal, glances at you, glances at the portal again, then gives a rattling sigh. Look, I'm not going to say too much here, but, there's something I need to tell you. What is it, Mort? Well, it's about where we're going, or, actually where we've been. Where we've been? What are you talking about? It's so subtle you almost miss it. Dakan blade flickers, the edge dulling. As you glance at him, his hands drop to his sides as if he's preparing for battle. This isn't the first time we've been through this. You see, we've been to this Fortress of Regrets before, though I didn't know it then. You didn't know? How's that possible? It's hard to explain until you've been there. Besides, you didn't know, the other you. He wasn't exactly the kind of basher to share the chant with us. I mean, I knew he was looking for some place, but I didn't know where it was, or what it was, so I couldn't say anything to you, because I didn't know anything. I just know what happened when we got there. And what happened? Well, we went to this fortress, and even before we land foot in this place, we're all split up, fighting for our lives. He shudders. So the first thing I want to tell you is you're determined to go through this. There's a good chance that anybody who goes through that portal is going to end up somewhere far away from everybody else. Thing is, even split up, we may be your only hope. Why do you say that? Because whatever was waiting in that fortress for you, Chief, it already defeated you once. To this day, I don't know how you managed to survive, but if you fall again, you're going to need someone there to pull you out of that fortress. What I need you to tell me everything you can about the fortress. It's important. This Fortress of Regress, it stretches on for leagues, Chief. It's a fortress, but it feels more like a plane in itself. All stone, all darkness and shadows, everywhere shadows. We go there, and we better be prepared. What happened when we first went there? Chief, I don't know what happened to you, but I know what happened to me. I spent my time returning from the vault to vault, those shadows crawling all over me, trying to bring me down. Then we were out like someone had pulled us back. I see. Is there anything else you can tell me? I can't tell you anymore, Chief, except we're bound to be divided as soon as we arrive. It's a huge place, and it's crawling with shadows, and somewhere in that fortress is something more powerful than any of us. There's nothing more to say. Are you sure this may be the last time we have a chance to speak to one another? Well, yeah, there's one other thing you should know. The you I knew before, the you that led us here, he wasn't like you at all. What do you mean? All I'm saying is that despite all your asinine behavior, you got more spirit than he ever did. The other you, he was detached from everything. So, I just want you to keep that in mind. But that's not all you want to say, is it? No. There's one other thing. I may not have liked that other you very much, but he was one smart basher, the smartest basher I've ever known. He always had every single angle covered. If he died at the fortress, that means, well, you don't think I can succeed, do you? No. It's not that, Chief, because it's not always who's smarter or who's the most powerful or who's the toughest. Sometimes it comes down to who you are and what you really want. I mean, once you wanted to become immortal, but in the end, that's really what you wanted. Just to be sure what you want this time is all I'm saying. Fair enough. Look, Mort, we haven't really talked about this, but you know you don't have to come with me to this place, right? I'll understand if you don't want to. Yeah, I know, Chief, and I can't lie to you. I don't want to go, but I will. Just know that once we step through that portal, it isn't going to be just about you anymore. This is our lives you're playing with, and we don't get back up when we die. Then why are you... It's because of what Ravel said in the maze. Grace's voice is soft. So soft you almost missed it. Isn't it, Mort? Ravel said in the maze, she said you draw people who suffer to you like a lodestone. Mort shakes his head. Maybe it's because you've been suffering all this time. Maybe when you end up settling things, maybe we'll know a bit of peace too. Maybe. Maybe so. Then are you with me, Mort? Why not, Chief? I mean, we've gone to every other horrible plane in the multiverse I can think of. Why take the extra step over the cliff? He gives a rattling sigh. Are you ready? Because if you're not... I'm ready, Mort. There's nothing more I can do to prepare myself. Are you with me? Well, Mort glances at the shimmering blue curtain and gives another rattling sigh. Sure, let's go. I mean, any place else has got to be better than rattling our bone box in the mortuary, right? Alright then.
I feel stronger.
Alright. Suppose, here we go.